I will. I just want to see what's happening here. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
In case you click away from this video, just know this. Nickelodeon did nothing wrong. Now, if you don't know what happened, Nickelodeon aired a commercial about George Floyd during one of their commercial breaks. In this commercial, it is a flashing text saying, "I can't breathe," which were the last words of George Floyd right before he was murdered by the cop. Now, parents see this as scary. As you can see in the video I just played, a kid was very scared, saying, "Mommy, mommy, what is this?" and all that. And the parent was very upset that Nickelodeon, a kid's broadcaster, would broadcast this to their child audience, knowing children watch. Now, a lot of parents are against this. They see this as very unnecessary, as they don't want to expose their kids to this side of the world, and that's the problem. I know there's one argument saying the commercials are a little scary. They could have just showed a picture of George Floyd and said, "Support Black Lives Matter." But I don't agree with that. I think sometimes, no matter what age, no matter who it is, you need to hit them with the truth. You can't sugarcoat anything. You can't candy up anything. You can't spoon feed it. You got to get straight to the point and show what happened. This guy was murdered by a police. That's what they showed. And I believe children shouldn't be hidden from this. Everybody should know what's going on. It shouldn't be sugarcoated. They need to know what's going on. You cannot hide them from what's going on. And this happens to a lot. If you agree with it or not, it happens with religions, such as Christians and Muslims. They hide themselves away from certain things, especially Christians. And I'm a part of a Christian family. I know what that means. They hide their children away from the real world. They create their own world in their own box. But the second they're out of that box, forget about it. They're fucked. They're screwed over because they don't know how to deal with it. And that's exactly what happened with this video. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't want their kids exposed to the truth. And what happens when you don't teach your child the way? What happens when they don't know about this stuff and you cage them in? They revolt. They rebel. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You hide your kids away from the truth. One day they're going to do something and it's going to be your fault. Because they need to know what the world is as they grow up. As your parent, it's your job to teach them the right way. Teach them about the wrongdoings of this world, all of the chaos and the bad things, and help them become good. Help them make them want to change the world as they grow up. Because if they see this world as this beautiful, happy, fun house, clown house, they're going to be fucked when they grow up. And they're going to be one of those people we see in jail or one of those cops that end up killing these black people because they don't know how the world really is. They're so caged. Meanwhile, they don't have to be caged. Your kid is not going to be a kid forever. When I was a kid, I knew about this stuff. I was taught about this stuff. So when I grew up, I knew how to handle it. And I wasn't surprised. That's how every kid should grow up. They should know what's going on. You shouldn't be closing their eyes, keeping your eyes or a sheet over their heads. This woman, this mom was outraged, went on Twitter. Instead of talking about Black Lives Matter, you see her tweeting all lives matter. And I don't want my kids seeing this. This lady is the problem. And this is what we're dealing with in this world today. They want to block everything else out. They want to be blind to the fact that black lives are being treated awfully, that all lives matter. Fuck out of here with that. One culture is in pain right now. And if you're going to preach all lives matter and just tell your kids the wrong stuff and hide them from the truth, you're doing an awful job as a parent. Let me just say that. It sickens me that I see this all over. All parents are doing this, afraid to show their children. Not all, actually. An intellectual parent actually responded to one of my tweets saying they have children, but they teach them about this stuff. So they are intelligent and they have the knowledge inside their head not to be a part of the problem, but make a solution. Be a part of the solution. Stand for humanity and the truth and real justice instead of putting a blind eye towards it and just continuing on with your day. I agree with this commercial. I believe it was the perfect place to put it. Nickelodeon is saying if your parents aren't going to teach you life and the real what's life is really about, we're going to do it. Because as decent human beings that want to make a better world, we need you to learn about it because you are the future of this generation. We can't have you repeating the bad shit that is currently happening because those people were brought up like monsters, neglected, and they weren't taught the truth. Instead, they grew up as racist, hateful people. You know, Nickelodeon is currently trending. For bad reasons, a lot of people are defending them. A lot of black people are for them, and I stand with them as well. I just don't understand why there's so many people against it. You post a picture of a black screen in support of today, Blackout Tuesday, and this controversy about it. The more you hide away from your children, the more they're going to find out, but the wrong ways. And there's going to be repercussions. They're going to act out wrongfully. You hide them away from stuff. One day, they're going to break out. Just like when you're so overprotective, when they say that about children, when you're so overprotective as a parent over your child, those kids are the most rebellious as they grow up because they're so caged, but they see the world, but they're like, why is it like this? Why am I not seeing it like this? My parents say it's amazing, it's beautiful, but then I go outside and it's shit. I want to learn about this, so I'm going to be a part of the problem. Teach them the right way. Be a parent. You're supposed to lead your children on the right path, not hide them from the right path, and steer them in a direction that will only lead them to death and to being disgraced upon because they're becoming horrible people. Don't you want your kid to know that? Don't you want your kid to grow up loving everyone? Not being like this generation that hates black people, that supports a racist president. Don't you want your kid to be better and to treat everyone with respect and love and not hide them from it, no matter what age they are? If they're afraid of it, who fucking cares? What, are they not going to go to bed tonight? Who cares, man? When I was a kid, I was afraid of Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was still on. I didn't cry. My mom complains to Nickelodeon. This is actually a serious issue that everyone needs to be shown and taught. There shouldn't be one person in the world, especially America, that does not know about this, regardless of their age, race, whatever. Everybody should know about what's going on right now. Hiding them from it? You're an idiot. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. This was trending right now, and it really bothered me because there's a lot of backlash against it. So I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this? Do you think Nickelodeon was right about airing this commercial? Do you believe it was wrong or ill-natured? Or are you like me, an intellectual that thinks it's the truth and it needs to be spread because everybody needs to know about this? And that's all I have to talk about today. Subscribe if you want for more content like this where I give my opinions that may piss people off, may make people more happy knowing that there's someone else out there that believes in what they believe in. Hit that subscribe button. Join the gang, the Nicolites. Like the video. And yeah, new video tomorrow. This was Nicholas Light TV, and I'm out.